Not too long ago, I became a seller over on Whatnot. So now I can have an opinion on whether it is a good platform to sell on. And today I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share with you why I don't think it's a good platform to sell on, except for a couple reasons. Let's get right into it. Welcome to JMac Sports Cards. My name is Jason. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today, I'm going to jump right into it and talk about Whatnot as a seller from a seller's perspective. Now, I will say, is Whatnot a good platform? Absolutely. Is it a growing platform? Absolutely. Could it absolutely turn into a great seller platform? Absolutely. And it can be a good platform as a seller for some. I'm going to talk about that. I'll wait till the end to talk about why it could be a good platform to sell on. But for me, Whatnot sucks as a seller. It turned out to be just an absolutely horrendous platform to sell on. So what happens when you become a seller on Whatnot? They have documentation, but you've got to kind of figure it out on the fly on how to do this, unless you just spend an exorbitant amount of time to figure it out. You could do that, but should be a little bit more straightforward and should have maybe like a wizard to walk you through your first stream. I honestly literally had to figure it out by myself on the fly, and when I was live I had to figure out some things on the fly. And so I'm sure that's the case for everyone goes through that. And when you become a seller on the platform, but the biggest thing is you need a audience, because the way it works is, yes, you can list some buy it nows, and you could, I guess you could just go in there, hang out, chat it up, talk with the community, and some people do that. Here's where I'm coming from. That one of the main reasons I don't like it and didn't like it and don't think it's a platform for me is because I've seen some Whatnot sellers that are semi-successful. They're almost used car salesmen pitching their cards.
Hi there, how you doing?
Talking about them like, oh, this is, even if it's a raw card, this is just, it's so great good, you should buy it so you can grade it. And this, there's just too much salesmanship that needs to go on to sell cards for decent prices on Whatnot. Then the second thing is, people come to the streams, and when you do get a bit of an audience, I didn't really have a very big audience. My first stream turned out to be my biggest selling day on the platform. What happens is, people come on, they come and they're using eBay comps to say, here's the last comps, would you do like 80 or 70 or sometimes 60% of that? So I did $1 starting price one day, and I just lost my tail. Literally sold a bunch of cards that were $5, $10, $20 cards for $1. So I left that one knowing and understanding I'm not ever going to do that again, unless there's hundreds of people in the live. I probably never had over 20 people in any of my live streams. So there's just not a big enough audience. There's not enough people there at one time to really do an appropriate auction like on eBay. You got millions of people that have the potential of bidding on your card. Here on Whatnot, very few, and they're using eBay comps. So Whatnot has fees that are very similar to eBay's fees. But let me get this straight. You come on my Whatnot stream, use eBay comps, and you want to get it for 75% of eBay or 70% of eBay, right? And then I still got to pay the fees just like I would on eBay. Why would I just not sell on eBay? Oh man, so it's pretty comical. All that being said, Whatnot is a great platform as a buyer, but my perspective today is about it as a seller. I think that's what a lot of people are doing. They're actually just going on Whatnot, getting inventory for shows and to resell on eBay. So yeah, it just makes zero sense. I sell on eBay, so I'd rather consign cards with a consigner and I'd get much bigger. Like with DC Sports 87, you get 80% on low end, 85% to 90%. It goes up as the cards get bigger. So consigning with them makes a lot more sense than using a platform like Whatnot, where I'm going to get 50 to 75% of actual market value. The other big point that I disliked tremendously was the fact that people almost expect you to do giveaways on the platform. Like,
handouts? It's called sharing. boring.
You're stealing my cards at 50 to 75% of market value, and then you want me to give you something.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So that's my problem with the platform. It's just people looking for steals. Not even, I wouldn't say deals. It's people looking for steals. As a buyer, that's great. As a seller, no way. That was my experience on Whatnot. And then I'm going to tie it up and give you the lowdown on when I think it will be a good platform to use as a seller. So Whatnot is a good platform as a seller if you are a celebrity, a hobby celebrity. Sneakerhead celebrities are on Whatnot, So anyway, it's a good platform to build your brand. I would even probably say like the giveaway end of it, it's a way where I guess you could get tax write-offs. You could come on the platform and write it off, and it's all on the back end. You got a record of it as a giveaway, an official giveaway. Because I'm like, how are these big influencers? For instance, Card Collector 2 went to London and he spent $2,500 on giveaways. So most people that are going to be sellers on the platform aren't going to be able to give away $2,500. What I thought was funny though was the audience that tuned in when he did his giveaway in London. They were there. They jumped on once they knew hundreds of them, 600-700 people he had in his live during the giveaway. They hung around until he gave all his cards away. As soon as he gave the cards away, you can watch the number of people in the live stream it just plummeted down went from like 650 to like 300. As soon as he gave the last card away, even though he was still hanging on there talking about his trip to London, it was like pretty disrespectful that many people dropped off the stream just immediately as soon as the card went away. I mean, that's the crowd that comes onto Whatnot is, maybe it might be a lot of kids. I don't know. The other, I guess, caveat that will be a good, when Whatnot will be a good place as a seller, maybe if you're like Jeff Wilson, who Whatnot they probably paid him an exorbitant amount, but they also gave him $50,000 to go to the Nashville show, to go shopping for Whatnot, to sell $50,000 worth of cards on Whatnot.
Whatnot wanted to spend $50,000 at the Nashville card show, and they put me in charge.
What I think will be interesting is to see how much he actually makes from that $50,000 worth of cards. I would venture to say he might. Well, again, it wasn't his money. Whatnot gave it to him to go shopping. I'd venture to say they might make back half of that $50K, even though he bought at 80% of comps on most of that stuff. And like I said, he didn't just do that out of the goodness of his heart. He was a sponsored, promoted influencer in that video. They didn't just give him the $50K. There was also a kickback on his end as a business. So, and I get that. I'm not against taking paid sponsored content. I'm not against it at all. If Whatnot would pay me to sell on the platform, so I wouldn't have to care as much about the L's I'm going to take on the cards that I'm selling, and if they gave me money to go shopping at shows to buy inventory, that's when Whatnot will be a good platform to sell on. So there you go, guys. That's the Whatnot seller experience for me. I think some other guys that were sort of OGs on the platform that have built a real good crowd and are good salesmen as well. I think all of those scenarios would also be a good way to utilize the platform. And selling bulk inventory. You say you buy a collection and you don't mind selling every card at $1 or $2, even though it's a $20 card. Then Whatnot will be a good quick way to offload inventory. But you're gonna get probably the least amount you can get for your cards on Whatnot. So that's all I got. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, do all the things. You know the deal. That's all I got. Till next time. Deuces.